My last live got flagged, so I had to get up out of that paint. This is what they do, man. They want me to engage. They want me to punch down on these brothers. That's what they want. So I have to do everything in my power to resist the temptation from punching down on these West Africans. The children, the descendants of the descendants who sold some of us over here in slavery. Jasmine, no. Let's see what this is about.
Hey, Too Much. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm finally back.
You got your account back?
Yeah.
You not on your daughters anymore?
Nope. So do
Okay.
not follow my daughter because she's
Okay.
blocking people left and right.
Hey, she was probably popular that day. She was probably getting all kind of people, all kind of weirdos was probably in her inbox after that.
Yeah, they were like, "Ooh, young neat." They're like, "She's so
Oh
like,
Lord.
responsible, whatever." But no, it's all love. I just wanted to say, make sure I showed you love. That there's the weird thing about the algorithm, right? And not to go too much into like stuff we can't talk about, but you know how people, if they deleted the app before the extension, or even after extension, right? People can't download TikTok anymore.
Mm.
So that's the one thing that's very apparent, and they're letting people know. So there's an extension. So there's now, okay, they have 3 months to sell it, but they're not doing updates to it. So anyone who was already on the platform before and they deleted the app, they can't re-download it. And
They
no one,
can't re-download it. Wow.
yeah. So that's why it's messing up a little bit. And then, and that was one of the options though too. And I know I always want to put that out there because you're always so welcoming to me. People are like, oh, you know all this stuff about tech or whatever and blackness.
You're a prompt engineer, right?
Yeah, I'm the prompt engineer.
So am I.
Yeah, so and my one of my main things though was teaching. So I went from teaching adult learners in the military, and then got out, did like some creative stuff. My Sagittarius, I'm not gonna go back to my history because I got attacked for saying I was an FBA the other day, and I'm not gonna like go back into that. But it was a little bit irritating for me. One thing though that I am about is teaching our people, and you are the one of the first people who was like, look, so you're academic. Well, why don't you like put your products in your profile, whatever.
Link in the bio.
Link in the bio, and I just felt so welcomed, and I was just like, dang, and you weren't like, you're not black. You're just like, oh, okay, and then I always come back around. But the one thing, so because of that, that's why I keep coming back, and I'm putting this out there with you and other people who are content creators on this app. Is they're definitely, it's not that they're pushing us down. We are actually the most loud people right now. The thing is, we can't really support each other except for if you are trying to support outside of doing like Cash App. Go to your browser and put in tiktok.com/coins. And then you can upload your money there and then continue to support each other. That's one
Okay,
thing.
so that's why I can't recharge or.
Can't be charged from the app. To the
Okay.
browser. So go to their browser, tiktok.com, and then it's going to be like, you want to go to your app? Say no, go to the browser, coins, and then you can upload it. So you can't put a dollar amount, but you have to put a coin amount. So just learn how to like exchange that there, and then you can do that.
Okay.
Also, your hashtags are very important. Be even more like consider what you're saying. Don't say schmaves, just be like forced laborers, stuff like that. And they'll push you up. But the reason that it's not being updated is because they're in between a cell. And that was actually our best bet. So that's where we're
Who do you
at.
think? So who do you think is going to buy it, or is buying it?
Microsoft, a lot of people are looking at it. Microsoft, I feel like would be our best bet. Already BlackRock is a big investor in it. But you have to look at public opinion too, right? Right now, people aren't really feeling Meta. And for good reasons. Their algorithm is a little bit more on the dystopian side, free
I
speech without a filter, you know.
Yeah, I don't like Facebook. I don't want Mark Zuckerberg touching TikTok at all because all he's gonna make you do is pay all this money just to get your content pushed out.
Microsoft would be the best bet, and that's something that I saw recently. But they're gonna have to sell it. That's really the end all be all.
Yeah, they're gonna have to sell it. That's crazy that they forced that man to sell his company like that.
Yeah.
But if you want this American market, which is where the money's at, that's what he's gonna have to do.
I mean, there's a bigger picture. I know it's frustrating, but I see it. I see a bigger picture, but it's also like, well, who would be the least? I feel like Microsoft would be a better choice. Yeah, for sure.
Why? Tell me why. Tell me why Microsoft. Why do you want Bill Gates anywhere around TikTok? Why do you want that?
Um, I don't like Bill Gates, but I would say if you had to choose between like a hardcore J and maybe just like some Kentucky corn-fed whitey guy, whatever, from the Appalachian Mountains, is like choose the person that's your least enemy, I guess.
Least enemy. This brother's trying to buy up all the farmland and give everybody the jab over and over again.
So you think that the Zuckerberg guy, you think that he's a better buyer?
No, no. I
So
don't
that's
like I
why I
don't
say
like Facebook. I don't like the algorithm over there. Matter of fact, every time I try to pay to push anything on Facebook, I get banned. They,
yeah.
they they end up and I swear I want to say it's racial because if you're a black content creator on Facebook, you get zero, absolutely zero love. Now, I've been on fan base. I've been checking that out, Isaac Hayes and all that stuff. And I hear but I hear it's kind of more like Clubhouse over there.
So
But
I'll be honest. So YouTube is really good. I like YouTube. I feel
I'm on
like
YouTube. I'm on YouTube
yeah,
too. Yeah, I'm
YouTube
on YouTube.
obviously you got to work harder and it's a different like structure. But personally I like YouTube the best. But I've been on Red Note and I've been adopted into some communities. They're like, hey, you're into
Okay.
tech, whatever. 3,000 plus people. They're like, oh, and you speak English and you're Black American. They actually rock with us over there, and we can
Okay.
get paid over there too.
Really, Red Note.
Yeah,
Yeah, Red Note is a very cute, very cool app at this moment,
yeah,
and I
and
think it's
they
going to
update
be.
so fast. At first,
Yeah,
we
Really?
didn't understand anything or read anything. Now they put it all in English. There's still some sections that aren't in English, but that's an easy fix. You just like take a screenshot, put it into AI or Google Translate. But they literally, it used to be like, what does that mean? And now when someone speaks to you in Chinese or in Mandarin, they translate it for you so you see it in Mandarin and English.
Really? Okay. Where's my is there a lot of FBAs over there?
Yeah.
Really?
And it's actually a lot of more free speech. Um,
Really?
it's a lot. I mean, you have to follow people's rules. You can't talk about their politics and stuff like that. But it's very open and free. Same, just like us.
Uh-huh.
I would definitely go there, go to YouTube, and then just kind of hang out here too, and just see. When they're not going to update the algorithm though. It's going to start getting more degraded because you usually like have like 200 plus people in here.
Yeah, they are really, especially since I've been back from the band, they have not showed me too much love since then, man.
Yeah, they're not. Is
I'm
they're not.
noticing
They're
my
not
For You
pushing what.
page is not really popping like it used to be. My For You page is like, what is this? Who is it? I didn't even sign up for this. Who is this? who am I watching over here? Like, what is it?
Yasmin, is your name the same on Red Note also?
Yeah, exact same name. Just
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
There
gonna
are
check
some
it out over there.
Indian
I'm gonna
here.
check it out over there.
Yeah. Oh, that's that one guy that's always doing like those like super like pro like NBA stuff. I forget his name, but his whole thing is this like little sound. And he's just like, oh my gosh. He's doing really good over there. There's a lot of mega content creators, and for me, I feel like you're like on that level. Just go over there, just push it, and it's also the CCP. Let's be real, it's China, but they're not doing anything. They're not taking any more data than they're taking from you. They're not gonna like sit there and clone us or whatever. However, what's going on is what is supposed to happen anyways, because they want us to be a part of the one world.
Sure.
Our dollar, like everything is happening for a reason. It's bigger than how big we are as Black people, right? I've been like the past days, not days, but it's like in the week, people have been like, Jasmine's a white woman, and she said she was an Indian the other day, and she's like, and I'm like, are you serious? So I'm the Asian. I'm not a racist person. Or is this divide and conquer? Is this not the Willie Lynch letters? Is this not old versus young? Dark skin versus light skin? House workers versus field workers. Is that not all of those things? There's too much. That
I'm gonna mute you up real quick, DJ. There's a lot of feedback coming in your background.
yeah, it's the same thing over and over again. So I'm like, that's so clever of you guys to say that I'm an agent. I'm an agent when I'm sitting here showing you my linealogy. I'm showing you all of my genetics. Like I'm showing you where I'm born. I'm going so far. Besides showing you my birth certificates and all the things that I got there, you're
Why are
telling
they
me that
saying
because
you're
I'm
an
light
agent?
skinned, I'm not an FBA'er.
Who's saying that?
It's a few different teams of people on TikTok. The people who usually team with the pretendians.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yeah, man. You know, nobody's perfect in FBA. We got our riffraff. We got our riffraff, but
It's going to be okay. Don't worry about that.
yeah, don't let anybody put you down or get you, take you off your square or chip your iron in any way. You just remain fabulous. You speak your mind. You stand on business, and people are gonna respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We come in all shades and colors. My mother is your complexion.
You know what? Can I show you okay, so I'm going to show you what I showed them. And they were like, they were on board with it until they started to get frustrated by what I was trying to say. Actually, I'm very into art. I'm not trying to take over like your thing, but so I did this, I made this picture, right? The prompt was so basic. So I'm going to do this live tomorrow because of that frustration I had with some of our brothers and sisters when they were calling me white.
You did that with AI?
Huh?
You did that with AI?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So the prompt was very basic. I made this with Google Labs. Imagine 3 is the image creator. And I basically, the prompt was, I want you to give me a futuristic collage version of the Willie Lynch letters and all of the groups that are within Black Americans that are versus each other. So old versus new. So this is old versus young. Our sharecroppers. I had to bypass a little bit because you can't say slaves and stuff like that. So I was like our laborers, our nurses, our home workers, and what that means. See the fields. Light versus dark. Light versus dark is also house versus field. by them putting us at a higher position because of our ability to pass.
Right. The
And
more we can pass for ambiguous, the better.
yeah. So, but then you look at her, she looks like Rashida Jones to me. If you were to put that picture next to her, it would be Rashida Jones. And that's what they do. Now it's just corporate versus blue collar versus white collar. Then you have military, you have the tech, you have our grandparents and our great grandparents who are kind of in between tech and building with, building computers. Because my grandfather, dark skinned chocolate man, freaking built computers. I'm from Cali. You have your freaking house workers and you have your nurses, and then the one thing I had to like change because it kept bringing up pew pews and drones in this picture that I are Dior bags in the picture that I brought up, and I'm like, dang, why does it keep saying that with futuristic? But this picture was, to me, it's us. Same thing, different cycle. We are the moon. We are actually the darkness. We are the filling. We push out all the information. And that's why the moon over here isn't visible, but as it gets closer to the melanin, it pushes out the light.
Right. No, great point. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we are the carbon, man. We were here before there was anything. When the darkness covered the face of the deep, that was us. We'll be the light, the light comes, but it has a lifespan. The darkness will always be here. And I embrace black. I don't look at it like it's evil or it's bad or it's terrible. I look at it like it's a consciousness that's always been here. And it's a consciousness that's very liberating. That's very telling. And it's what we use to combat our white tea supremacy over here. It's why we've been able to withstand everything they've thrown at us. And on the other live, I had to switch out of the other live and come and start a brand new live again because a young African kid baited me into talking to him.
Yeah.
And that's what they like to do with my platform. And then the moment I respond back to them, I get hit with the hate speech.
I got that too. It's the connection between that and these people who are so-called native, that are, if you know about our history, right, for educational purposes only, because, and this is my caveat, this is one thing that's helping me to like not get these warnings, is that I'm very much so America first. I'm a military member. I'm a veteran, really, for real. And I'm a part of the U.S. Air Force. And one thing that I do is believe in my country, not the bad parts. We all have bad parts of who we are, right? But to sit there and to not love the bad parts of yourself, for me, is a form of self-hate. We are the most American people here, and we show that through our valor. We show that through our dedication, whether we serve in the military, whether we serve as nurses, whether we serve in the corporate America sphere, whether we go out there and almost unalive for our countries, whether we sit there in the fields plowing and building brick by brick. That is who we are, and that is what American is. And we don't need any handouts. And it's very interesting to me that the so-called Native Americans that became Native American citizens of the U.S. became that in 1922 with the Native American Act. People call them pretendians. But before that, they were not a part of American citizenry.
They were not.
Yasmin, one moment.
We got that with the 13th Amendment. And
Yasmin.
18 what?
Yasmin, one question. This what you're talking about, being native. I mean, what is it, native or indigenous?
It's both. There's Native Americans, and then there's, to me, you can't be or read anything to be native, to be indigenous. To me, if you're truly indigenous, you have this beautiful copper colored skin that we wear. To me. But Native Americans, they were also here around the same time that the indigenous blacks were here. You had the civilized tribes and you had the uncivilized tribes. The uncivilized tribes were the indigenous tribes or the black tribes, and the native tribes were more the Siberian, Asian, Asiatic type of tribe that was here at the same time. And there's a lot of, just looking at the American in a whole, there's a lot of talk about what was a Mesoamerican. A Mesoamerican, right? And to me, right, were indigenous to this land. And they were copper colored people. They were dark skinned. They weren't with big lips and wide noses. And how do we know that? Based on artifacts, the history, the bone structure that they found. The Luzia woman in Brazil that they reconstructed and said that it was a black woman. The pyramids, the writing on the walls. Even if there were some Siberian-like Asiatics that was around during that time, which there were, right? Who was the major influence of that time? You can obviously tell it was people like us.
Yeah, we came out of the land itself, and they migrated into the land.
So I brought this picture up like the other day, right? And this is when people who are not exactly, I guess, indigenous, as you were saying, King, the difference between being indigenous and native, that it has so many different things for us. Put it this way, I'm not sure where you're from, but say you were from Nigeria, right?
No. Let me explain it very fast. I'm from Suriname. I was born in Suriname. I'm a Surinamer. But I live right now in Nederland. Suriname, yeah. It's between...
No, I know where that's at. That's why I said, give me a second. This is very spiritual for me. So you're familiar with the Maroons, right?
Yeah.
So you understand, okay, so this is, okay, let me ask you something. I'm going to be honest. So that just recently spoke out to me because Suriname, the Maroons, is something like we have in Florida when it comes to the Seminoles. And we have Maroons there, and we have the 𝗤𝗏𝗄𝗁, and then we have these people who are just different mixtures of Native, African, but mostly Native and African between like the reds and the yellow skins. Is that something that you have in Suriname?
Yeah, it's something like that. But I try to teach my people that because I see myself as a Hebrew Israelite, and I have studied the history about my people itself. But I try to teach my people that they are indigenous to the land itself, because the natives say that they are indigenous. That they were the first one, and I try to tell them that that is not true. That's what the Dutch gave us to believe in. But those Maroons believe that they are from African descent, and I try to teach them that those people who were on the ships, and not that many ships, weren't Africans itself. If you study that part of history, then you will see that it's right, because there are documents about that. But yeah, we have many cultures in my country. The Maroons, they are the ones who live in the jungle itself with the natives. And they believe that they are from African descent. And I try to teach them that that story is not true. They are indigenous to the land itself. I hope that I explained well. My English isn't that good. I'm trying to...
No, that makes total sense to me. That's actually one of the most sensical things I've heard all week. And, back to so I put this picture up, right? So I put this on my lives, I was trying to let them know about our one drop rule, right? Being foundational Black Americans. And these are actually two slave children from Louisiana. Like, if you took a screenshot of this picture, put it in, this is like Isaac and Rosa. They were the last slave children in Louisiana. And then I put up a picture of my grandfather who was born after that. And for whatever reason, all these people came like, oh, you're saying these people are white? Because it just makes them crash out. The only people who are that problem, though, are people who are, I have to say it, tethers, because they come for us. They call us stray cats, 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀, and then they think that we're not going to sit there and defend ourselves.
Right.
That they can sit there and be like, well, you talk proper, you have this accent, whatever, and we can't tell each other apart. So they really put this campaign out against us, and then they'll even go and team up with Siberians that came over those boats that you were talking about, King, because they went from place to place with these Siberians and mixed them with us.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
And we're waking up, and it's divide and conquer. So this is what this picture means to me. To me, this is a maroon. These are two Louisiana Creoles. They were both slaves. And this guy had a nerve to tell me, it'd be like, they're not Black, they have on English looking clothes. And these are literally two slave children.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that even back in those times, man, we, our women and our men were well dressed. That's kind of a thing in the Black American community. We know how to dress. We know how to we know how to make our worst clothes look like our best clothes. A lot of us, if you have a foundational Black American mother, she's not letting you walk outside the house just looking any old way.
They think that we are just, they don't realize that they're copying our style and everything, even our vernacular.
Come
We've
on.
always been the most stylish, the most creative. They talk like us.
Exactly.
The same is happening
And
in
they hate
England.
when you point that out, though. They hate when you be like, man, you're talking with a Black accent. Why are you talking with a Black accent and you're white? This is how I was. This is how I talk. Man, you grew up around some Black Americans and you copied our style.
Yeah.
That's what you did so you could fit in. All the tethers do it, especially tethers, man. They love to be talking just like us, but tell us we're African at the same time. Like,
this guy, and I'm gonna say, well, I was gonna say to King, and I like this is how welcoming we are, right? I had this Black Hebrew Israelite tell me, "Oh, you're not Black, sister." Well, first of all, we don't say stuff like Black men don't talk like that. Hey, sister, you're not. Stop saying that you're a Black person. You're not African. And I was like, that's literally the whole freaking point. That's
You know what it is. You know what it is. My people, the Hebrew Israelites, I understand what they are talking about. I myself see myself as a Hebrew Israelite, but I'm not completely. How do you say that? I don't accept everything. You know what I mean? I try to keep myself to the scriptures because I do believe in the scriptures. But I have also Hebrew Israelites in my family that know more than me. Let's say that I stepped out of it to make sure that those that don't know are going to be all right. Because the scriptures are real. They explain what is happening right now. And most of us don't know that. And I try to bring it out to them in the way that they move around. You know what I mean? So don't worry about the Hebrew Israelites. Let them do their thing. There are different sections of the Hebrew Israelites, but finally they come together, and those are the most united people among us. So when the time is right, we will see them appear because they don't mix into other cultures. But they know that we are one people, and at the end, we are going to need them, and they are going to need us. So that's my view on this whole thing. I try
Let me ask you a
to.
quick question, real quick, King. I want to change the subject just real quick. I want to ask you what's going on with Greenland, man. What's
Greenland.
going on with Greenland, man? Are the Netherlands are they gearing up to think they're going to go to WAR with us?
I don't think that they are that stupid, man.
I'm just curious. I'm hearing all kind of like, are they sending troops over there?
I don't think so. No, come on. No, the Dutch they bought, I think, 35 F-30, those new planes of yours that go up like the Harrier, the British Harriers.
Mhm.
So the relationship between the Dutch and the United States, that's solid. Um, the Dutch look up to the United States. I don't think that they are that stupid to choose to go up against the
I'm
United
hearing
States.
France. I'm hearing France is trying to send troops over there.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, is this real? I'm like, this can't be real, man. It can't be France and the Dutch teaming up to defend Greenland. I'm hearing some of the people in Greenland like, yeah, we want to make us Americans.
Oh,
Why
you
not?
know what? Okay, can I say something about that, right? Okay, this is hella weird. So my first base when I joined the military was I was supposed to go to somewhere in the Midwest, and then they diverted me to Iceland, to Keflavik. Went there, and it was actually a way better place to be. The people were amazing. It's actually a lot of Americans there, right? We've been there for a long time. But anyways, I did a DNA test, and comes to find out I'm 2% Icelandic, right? And 2%, right? And then I looked at my DNA test. I'm not gonna pull it up today because I don't want to, because I guess I speak too many facts because of me being in biology, whatever. Like, so I thought it was weird because when I pull up my DNA and I look at everybody around the world, it's like it clocks. It's like, okay, there's people here, there, whatever. But then, on a funny note, then the Nordic braids kind of make sense. Those people who are the Nordic people are actually more. They used to be ninjas like us.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
it
That's
does.
why Canada's like, yeah, we're part of Canada's like we're part of America. Their whole minister stepped down. Have y'all not seen that?
Yeah, he said he had to step in.
It
It's
was
been a
like
long time coming. Long time coming.
Greenland's like, heck yeah. Come on. We
The only
literally
person that
protect
doesn't
those
want to
countries because those countries we're North American. We're actually North American.
right. The only person that's not trying to give up hold on Greenland is the prime minister over there. But the actual people, they're like, yeah,
They're like, hey, I
we
did my
like
DNA the other day and I showed how the people who did the DNA test on Ancestry, for whatever reason, no Africans and no South Americans and people in the places that we can't go with the wall. But it just showed America, Canada, freaking Norway and stuff like that. And those are the only ancestors that I relate to. And it's not that we don't like Africans. Like, what the heck? That's all we've been told that we were. I just want to find them. I just want to find those people in my genealogy. And then it would make sense. But if you know the history, it just doesn't match up. And that's okay. I would love to understand more about your.
What's up, DJ?
I can't hear you.
DJ, you there? Or you fell asleep on us?
Yeah,
How you doing, DJ?
yeah. Do what now?
I said, how you doing?
Okay. Oh, I'm all right. Just a
Everything
little
good?
bored with this Trump and this.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
making
just
changes,
tired.
man. He's switching things up, man. That's what he's supposed to do, man. That's why people want him in office, because he's switching things up. He's doing what no other president would do.
Never in history.
Yeah, he's doing stuff that no
Just
other
tired of
president
him
would have ever done.
already.
Yeah.
But they trying to dump a lot of stuff on. Well, let me take that back. This plane situation that happened.
Mm-hmm.
They're complaining about him because he did a news conference today or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And he criticized the
I don't
people.
have
Like,
time
how
to
in the
just
heck
sit.
could you be flying a Black Hawk Down plane or a helicopter and hit a plane? Why didn't you move out the way? You didn't see it coming?
That's what I don't understand. Black Hawk, I thought you could fly that thing like you do those drones if
Yeah.
you had to.
So how in the heck
Yeah, I
did he
thought
hit a
they were
plane?
had that much.
Trump questioned that. Like, how in the
Huh?
heck did this guy hit a plane? Why couldn't he move out the way? Why couldn't he fly up above it or below it? He's a freaking helicopter. How
Well,
in the
that's
Yeah,
if
but
you see
if a
it.
plane comes straight at you, that's a sudden moment. So we don't know.
Here's the thing: radar. There's no radar in them.
I'm like, how do you not see a plane
I
coming
thought
at you?
radar. I mean,
And how do you not get out the way?
That's
That's what's
also
crazy
true.
to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
You're in a
it
helicopter.
depends at what point.
Get out the way. I didn't see nothing wrong with what Trump's. I hope this isn't a troll.
How y'all
How
doing?
you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay.
How you
I'm all right.
doing?
I'm all right.
Can I ask King a question?
Yeah, of course.
Can I ask King a question?
Yeah, DJ.
Okay. Where you say you're from?
Born in Suriname, South America. Living in between, no, not between, near Amsterdam, the capital of Nederland. Europe.
Suriname is in South America.
Yeah, it's on the north side.
Oh, what part? I never.
You have British Guyana. You should visit it,
This is
but we
I
will
heard of
Guyana.
talk about it one day.
Sudanese.
You have It's between British Guyana, France.
Sudanese, I thought is in the people of Africa.
No,
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 he
no,
said
no. Don't make that
Suriname.
mistake. It's
You're not Sudanese.
Suriname.
Suriname. Suriname is different from Sudan.
I'm from South America, not Africa.
I never heard of it.
Okay, you should visit it because you will love it.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of Guyana?
Suriname. Okay.
Have you heard of Guyana?
Very
DJ,
close to him.
Yeah.
have you heard of Guyana?
Sorry about the noise. I live on the street side of my property.
Have you heard of Guyana,
Um,
DJ?
yeah,
Okay, Suriname
yeah.
is
I
right
heard of
next to
Guyana.
Suriname, not Ghana, Guyana.
It's
Guyana
like
is in
South.
South
It's like
America.
it's Central America, like on the right side of the sorry, the left side of the Caribbean. So it's like it's by Venezuela, but it's a black country of maroons.
Right.
That's what he's saying he's from. So they're kind of the
Oh,
maroons,
okay.
like the
We're
Floridians
family.
of America. If that makes sense, like how they're kind
Yeah,
of mixed with like Native and this indigenous Americans or Mexicans from
oh my
Colorado.
God.
Yeah,
Oh my
Guyana's
God.
in North South America.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, just mute
I'm
up a
gonna
little
have to
bit.
mute for a bit because
Sure.
it's somebody riding a motorcycle being funny.
Okay. Just mute up a little bit. Trilogy, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yay, the algorithm's back algorithming. Like, make sure you guys are tapping. I know you don't do that on your live, but we have to do some like more.
So do you guys have a prompt or a topic of discussion?
The topic is
What I was talking about before I dropped my other live and brought this live up. Hold on, Tony. know, Tony. Hopefully, you're not a troll. I was talking about the FBA coin. We have an FBA coin. It'll be tentatively released on March 8th. I just did a revision of the white paper. It's the link in my bio under Linktree. It's about 11 pages. It went from
Put the
6 pages.
picture up. Didn't you have the picture up?
Yeah.
Where's the picture?
How do I put the picture up without shutting down my live? How do I do that?
Dang. Well, can you send it to me? Okay. No. This is what you do. Go to your green screen, right?
How do I go to my green screen from here?
Okay, so click on your
The 3 dots where it says more.
yeah. So go there, and then you're gonna change your settings, right? But you're gonna change your background.
So I go to settings.
It's not showing it because I don't have. Could you do me a favor? Would you do me the honor of modding me up, and then I can help you?
All right, let me mod you up. Let me do that.
DJ, I have sent you a video. You go watch it because it's a beautiful video. Then you get to know what my country is, where my country is.
It's the effects that you have to go to, right? So you go to your effects, and that's how I keep changing my background.
Okay, so how do I? Okay, okay. It's effects. Where do I find the effects at?
So, when you mod me up,
I just modded you up. You're modded.
Let me see.
How do I go to effects? I see point, poll, and gift vote, draw and guess, lightning Q&A, AI wallpaper. Do I go to that? Is that what it is?
It's going to be the bottom right side.
Trinity knows how to do it. You should mod him up. He did it to the last party too.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna let me do it. And also I can't see it because I'm not you. You would have to basically go to where you're gonna do your comments, right? If you want to share, if you go to that option where you can share on the bottom and make your comments, you should see a point where
I'm at comments. Oh, you talking about, okay, it's gonna be down there. Okay, let me
So then you go to your effects, and then it's going to be like this green background.
Okay, I see it. It says background. I could put music. I could put effects.
Yeah, effects. So go to effects.
Go to effects. Okay, I see I see it.
You'll go through your pictures, but then you have to make sure it's more current, because if it's too far back, yes, I think you're almost there.
Talk to me about this coin, though. I'm interested.
Okay, so
yeah, he's gonna show us the coin. Oh yeah, it's there. Yeah.
So this is the coin right here.
Yeah.
So see, a lot of people they're building they're doing these, and it's cool. A lot of people are doing meme coins. Meme coins are nothing more than an NFT. They don't really do anything. There's no really intrinsic value but of what the popularity of that person or how much they like that coin. I created a utility coin. This is actually a coin that's actually going to do something. It's going to be able to lend money. It's going to be able to give out grants. It's going to be able to provide emergency relief.
What's the market cap?
The market cap right now, I'm releasing a billion coins, but not, of course not all at once, right? But I'm capping it at a billion. And I'm doing it that way because I want to give people a chance to. I want the coin to be around for a long time, and I want to give people a chance to get in early at the ground floor. I don't want to make it too expensive to where it grows too fast, and then it's like Bitcoin, and if you didn't get in, you're out. So I want to give it a chance to grow and get there gradually. But it has two key features. It has a burn feature. So 2% of the coins, well, I'm saying 2%, but that's not the real percent. But I'm just going to use what I had in the beginning. 2% of the coins are going to be burned. And then the other 2% is going to be put into a treasury fund. And it's going to be governed by a board, which is called the DAO, the DAO. Okay? It's going to be governed by the DAO. And these 8 to 10 people who are going to be of activists, community leaders, lawyers, crypto experts,
AI prompt engineers.
entrepreneurs, business leaders, and lawyers. Okay, it's going to be made up of those 5 people. 8 to 10 people are going to govern this coin, and they're going to make sure that it does what it's supposed to do. They're going to manage the treasury fund, and they're going to vote and put together guidelines on how we're going to lend money to ourselves and to our people, how we're going to give out grants to our people. We're going to be able to fund projects like movies, housing projects, buying back the block initiatives. It's going to do all that with this one coin. So whether you hold it or you spend it, it's going to be a transaction fee. Small, it's going to be a 0% to 0.5%. If let's say you got to pay your brother some money, or you got to buy something at the store, the transaction fee is going to be like 0 to 0.5%. It's going to be a mid-level where it's like 1%. If you're making like some major purchases or something like that, we'll do like a 1% transaction fee. And then the highest it's going to get to is probably 2%. And that's like for like whatever, a major purchase or something along the line. But every time you hold the coin and it gains value, you're empowering the Black community. And every time you spend it, you're empowering the Black community. So it has a double feature. And there's no coin out there like this. And we're in phase 1 right now. The coding and the development is already done. It's already passed the first 2-3 tests already. It's some more things we got to run through. You know, I'm about perfection. Tentatively, the coin's going to be released March 8th. And I say that tentatively because in February, I'm going to be doing some heavy recruitment. I'm going to try to get guys like 𝗔𝗯𝘂𝘁𝘁𝘁𝗂𝘁. I'm going to try to go after all the grassroots leaders that we have to get them on board with what we're doing. I'm looking for influencers as well who can help push the coin. I'm eyeing like some people in crypto, some people's, you know, the legality side of it. That's why we need lawyers, make sure we're in compliance and things like that, and we're following all the laws and we're getting updated. We need these people a part of the board. So it's actually going to be a think tank that's going to actually govern and rule over this coin and make it do what it says it's going to do. And this coin's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be my legacy, man. I'm going to be able to look at my kids in the eye, and they're going to be able to look at me and say, hey, man, you are the reason why our people got generational wealth. And I'm okay with that. That's all the recognition I want and need. Right now, I'm the owner of the coin, but I have within the coin that says that I'm going to give up ownership to the coin and give it 100% over to the board. And that's when it gets to like right around phase 3 and phase 4. Phase 5 is when it's its own standalone blockchain, its own ecosystem. So we want to take it from a token stage and move it all the way to a blockchain of its own, a native blockchain of its own, a standalone ecosystem that and once it becomes once it becomes decentralized, because all these tokens that you see, Ethereum and
Okay, can I ask you something really quickly? Because you're very knowledgeable, right? And I'm actually getting more interested. That's why I took off my background. Because Web3 is the next wave. So this is kind of like to not be too technical. We are being forced out of the centralized oligarch type of like hierarchies of for better, the best way I could say is white mediocrity or whatever. So we're going away from that, and we have this opportunity to develop on blockchain. Blockchain is not just money. The coins are not just a different type of currency. It's a way to have complete control over your identity in these coins that are placed on the internet. And when you attach yourself to these coins, these NFTs, it's like having a VPN. Like, if you guys are familiar with that, it's like bypassing security. Like, hey, in China, we can't look at their version of TikTok, which is do on something or whatever, right? If you have a VPN, you can pay into that and then you have access to that. That's what blockchain is for us and everyone else around the world. So it does sound like very like outlandish. Like, why would we invest in a black coin? Because we're all going to start investing in things that are the most beneficial for us. So it's time to choose a team.
Yeah.
And
And here's the thing: this coin is also going to be it's enough so allies can actually invest in this too. So if let's say somebody from the YT community or the Asian community or the Hispanic community or a congressman or a president or somebody who's running for office who says I want to have a black agenda. Well, the first thing we're gonna say is, have you invested in our FBA coin yet? Because if you want to be an ally to us, you want to invest in something that benefits Black Americans. This is a form of self reparations before we get the actual reparations. Like again, you're going to be able to stake these coins. Let's say you have $100,000 worth. You're going to be able to borrow against that without touching the growth of your money, and then pay that back. Pay yourself back essentially. You're going to be able to become your own decentralized or centralized bank of your own with just your coins. So there's so many utility features that comes with these coins that no other coin is doing. No other coins have the contracts and things like that. And that's really what I'm testing right now, making sure all the contracts within these coins actually work and do what they say they're going to do. It's already passed 3 tests already. It's already passed. I already got 3 check marks. And there's still some more tests I got to do before I bring it out. I'm not trying to rush this thing or anything like that. I'm giving a tentative date of March 8th, but that could change based on the real world dynamics that I run this coin through. And like again, my thing is, if my people don't make me rich, I don't want to be rich. I'm doing this 100% for my people. I'm doing this 100% for my lineage. And I made it and I designed it in a way where it's not me controlling it. It's you. It's the people. It's the board. And everybody gets to have a vote in what they want this coin to do. If we add new features to it, great. We'll bring it to the board. And if it's something that's necessary and we need it, the new code can be added in on top of the old code. That's the way I've designed it. I've designed it to grow with us, not leave us rigid. And that's what's powerful about this coin. It's not a meme coin. It's not a NFT. It's not just a meme. It's not a meme. It's not a dog. It's not a Doge coin. It's not a Trump coin. And Trump made a lot of people millionaires with this coin. But it's a utility coin that's going to be used to fund what we need to fund for our lineage.
Okay, so the fundament is indigenous America. That it will always stay that, because it shouldn't be infiltrated. No matter what amount of money people offer you, it should stay. The fundament should stay the indigenous people of America itself.
Yeah, it's foundational Black American. That's why it's the FBA coin.
Sounds like a scam to me, man. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
because you're white, go away. Anyway,
that's cool.
yeah, and then I
don't
knew
care.
that was gonna happen too. That's
Don't,
like
if
a lot
you
of
think
people
it's
say,
if
right?
you think it's
I'm
a
black.
scam, don't invest in it, brother. Don't invest in it. I don't.
No,
I'm not begging you.
so what you do with those coins, right, is you attach it to actual things that exist in reality. Say I'm an independent urban farmer and I have these hydroponic devices in my house, and then I figured out a way to grow so many vegetables using UV rays or whatever, the red light. And then I go to my local grocer, which in Texas is HEB, and I'm like, hey, here are some things that I can present to you, whatever, and I can be a local farmer, right? Say we attach that to investing with a coin, and we say, hey, Jazz, created this idea where she's going to be a farmer and she's going to do with hydroponics. And for every like inch of like vegetables and herbs, whatever that she grows with this, whatever, like it doesn't matter which you want to, whatever numerals you speak in. I think it's the metric system in those tether places that you're from or whatever. But we speak in inches and stuff like that, ounces, quarts, or whatever. And then I'm going to take that, and you guys are saying, hey, we want Jazz's Forum to win because we are about being Black foundational Americans because our ancestors were deserved something. They didn't get it, and we're taking that back. We attach it to that coin, and we have a network of other Jazzes, freaking teachers, Sean's, whatever, Pookie's, whatever, and we're just like, hey, we're going to put that into them. They're going to sell that back to them. But it's all based off of our coins because they're going to give us whatever monetary thing that they are going to exchange with us because now we are in cryptocurrency, and that's what
digital money is the future. And you can definitely that's why there's proof of work and there's proof of stake. Proof of work is actual mining, right? You get rewarded for spending a certain amount of electricity and solving complex equations, and you get rewarded with the coin. Proof of stake is just it's backed by something. This coin is going to be more of a proof of stake type of coin because you're going to be able to actually stake your coins and back it up against something. Now that's why the board is coming in. That's why I'm bringing the board into play for this, so we can see how we can continue making it.
Who's the board? Who's the board? What's the lawyer's name?
Who's the lawyer?
Yeah.
I don't have one yet. I'm building that. That's what the month of February is for. I'm going to do some heavy recruitment, getting high intelligent people, people with high influence, people who are movers and shakers. I'm going after those people, and I'm unapologetic about it because I'm a mover and a shaker. Just because they don't know who I am doesn't mean anything. I know who I am. My friends know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So where I'm from, people know me. Okay, my character and my integrity is up here. Now, just because you don't know that, I can't do nothing with that. All I can do is tell you what the information is and what you can do with it. And if the Most High or the ancestors say, "Hey, man, this sounds like something I want to be a part of," then great. But I'm confident, man. I'm confident. Listen, when I drop this coin out, I'm already a millionaire, bro. When I drop this coin, it's a wrap. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my lineage, my people. I want to create generational wealth for Black Americans. That's what I want to do. I want us to get back on par to where we're supposed to be because we are this country. We are the blood, sweat, and tears and equity of this country. We are the true Americans of America. And everybody, if people don't know that, they need to know that. We invented practically everything in America. Everything in America, there's been a foundational Black American behind it or in front of it.
And you know what? They think we're going to stop talking. They could sit there and say, oh, I don't like the way you sound. You sound like Hillary Banks from like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I'm like, guess what? I am that, except for I'm from Baldwin Hills to be exact. And what you're not going to do is sit here and separate us because we are not that far removed from each other. Because just because some of us chose the past doesn't mean that we don't F with our people, period. Because we know how these people treat us. They're sitting here trying to separate us. And honestly, I am not freaking mixed in no way, shape, or form. Except for we're back on a new cycle where now brown skin, red bones are no longer freaking like, it's like, where does it end? They still keep doing the same thing over and over again, but we have to let them know that no, I don't care if you're Jamaican. If you're not born in freaking Mississippi, California, Texas, like anywhere on a U.S. soil, you are not Black. And
Sudan.
we remember when you guys were over there being Haitian and Dominican and Jamaican and whatever you are, and then you also just got your name.
Guyanese.
Like keep bringing that up because we have always been American. Not
So
only
King
that,
Vincent, right? He ain't black, right?
who?
King Vince is melanated, man. He's a melanated and he's a brother. What's
No,
wrong?
I'm yellow. For you, I'm yellow.
He's a
I'm
copper
yellow
color.
too.
He's a copper color
Trinity, I'm
brother.
yellow for you.
Nah, but
He's
you're
from
not
the
black. You wasn't
Americas.
born in America.
He's from the.
Whatever.
He was born in
Anyway,
South America. He's from the Americas.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, they're colored there.
Yasmin, one question. You're active military at this moment,
No.
but you have been serving the military.
Yeah, when I was 17 years old, but I'm 40 now.
Okay, cool.
And you say you from Baldwin Hills?
Yes.
What the hell King
Anybody
Vincent
know
talk about, man?
where that's at?
You don't know where Baldwin Hills at, DJ?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I was about to say.
That's part of my old hood.
Yeah, you got the top part and then you got the jungles.
DJ was
Yeah,
Okay,
the
busting it
I,
wide open
jungle,
on the block back in the day.
Crenshaw Boulevard, the strip.
it's
Yeah,
not that far removed, but you know how the lines are so lax there.
that's where Prince Harry's old lady from.
Yeah, and they like to say that. Yeah, they like to say that we're not
Oh, what
black.
happened to that
I'm
guy?
not, but I'm way more black than she is.
you
'Cause
know,
she's actually half
I don't
black.
got time for trolls. I think he was kind of trolling.
Oh, yeah, I
So
hear you.
Oh no, he
I
was.
thought that's what that was.
It's
You know, I don't really got time for trolls. You know, I really don't. You know, I'm not entertained by trolls. I think if you're a troll, you're like the worst human being on the planet Earth. You know, if you're a troll,
Who, who's
I
being
don't get what they
going to
get out
be
of it,
erased?
but hey.
look,
Like,
I don't
be
think
sad that my
trolls-
family is
I'm
a
not
bunch of
attracted.
winners.
I don't like trolls. I like somebody who's on the level, who's going to be real.
You know what's so
have a real
funny? I
conversation.
always, when people like actually follow me, right? They'll sit there and they'll hear me talk about how my actual parents are from freaking South Central and how their parents are from Beaumont. And I'm like, do you know how much respect I have for my parents when they really, really grew up in a war zone in the 80s? I don't. They worked so hard. My dad, he used to love the Cosby Show. And he was like, I want to give me a freaking doctor check or whatever. Like he just wanted what he
Come up one more
wanted.
time, but I'm not interested in trolls.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm not interested in trolls. I really not.
I get it.
Why you
But
kick me,
they don't
boy,
realize that we
bitch?
don't really understand each other. They
I'm not
really think that
interested
we
in
don't
trolls.
realize that we're different parts of
You
different
interested in scamming your people?
Who's
Okay,
interested?
tell me how.
Who?
Tell me how I'm
It's
scamming.
a
Trinity,
racist scam coin
you're
is what you're
very
making.
emotional. You should
Mhm.
slow down.
Yeah,
King
I
Vincent,
mean,
shut the fuck up, nigga.
You're very
You ain't talking about
emotional.
shit,
You're
bitch.
very
Fuck all
emotional.
y'all niggas.
You're
Ooh,
emotional.
this
You're
who is
hurt.
that?
see what I'm talking about? You bring them back up just so they can
Oh,
prove that
yeah.
they have no
Oh,
material
yeah.
and they're trolls.
Wow.
You know, the brother don't even know me from Adam, and he's already assuming and making all kind of, you know. That's why, you know, nobody cares about trolls. Trolls are minuscule people. We don't care about them. Nobody worries about trolls. Nobody even cares
He
about.
must have been bored.
Yeah, he's bored. Look, he got all these rooms to go to, and he's choosing this room.
Either bored or he's a paid agent.
Yeah.
He's a paid agent.
He's
Paid
just
agent.
trying to
Trying to sit
provoke
there and say
some
that
exchange
He's
to
an agent provocateur.
make himself relevant.
He's, you know, it's a shame. Look, you can always listen. Let me tell you how you can recognize somebody who's either from the agency or the other 3-letter agency, right? They're both. There's 2 3-letter agencies, right? The moment they start getting radical in their speaking and they talk about, oh, we need to WAR and pew pew everyone. When you hear people start getting overly extreme and radical, they're agents. When you see people start trolling and lying, they're agents for no apparent reason. When you see people start shilling, they're agents. They're paid. These are, you know, one thing that I think Black Americans are waking up to realize is we didn't know how many sleeper cells we had in our community. We didn't know how many people
One of
were
us, yeah.
cosplaying as black and were on the payroll. Meaning they're getting a $60,000, $75,000 a year as like a paid informant type of deal. So they can mix in and mingle in amongst us and see what we up to. Why is it that everybody's worried about what foundational Black Americans are doing? Why won't they mind their business?
And
We
he got
shake
that
things
little
up.
mutt
That's it.
for a
I was
profile
thinking of
picture.
written post
You
about
see that little mutt he got for a
He's a troll.
profile?
I mean, look. Anybody who uses that picture, you just know they're like either LGBT
And
or
he had nerve enough talking about
I
racist.
used to, okay, so they got mad at me because I used the Gen Z
he sounds
lingo.
Hispanic. He sounds
So
Hispanic.
I
You
was
know, a
like
lot of
the
Hispanics,
glazing
they
up
don't
thing. They
like
were
him.
like,
They don't like him.
that's going too far. You said they're glazing each other up. I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's what you guys are doing when you're sitting here trying. Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to build? Because that's not something that you do to build. We're actually about doing things. And
Mhm.
it's easy to sit here and say, oh, what is this coin about? But do you have a coin? Do you know what the coin can do? Can you like actually give a pro or a con? And then when someone gives you a pro, can you be like, okay, that person's wrong? That's critical thinking. You guys sit here, especially the Gen Zers, and say, you want someone, you want an aunt, you want an auntie, you want a freaking grandma or grandpa or whatever to sit here and tell you how to do things, and then you'll sit there and not listen. If you don't know how to attach your skills, the things you produce, or your talents to a thing and maybe a coin, a digital coin, then you have nothing to offer other than being a slave.
Well said. Scoop, talk to us, brother. You there, Scoop?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just putting my dog up. My bad. How
Okay.
y'all doing?
Good, brother. How you doing, brother?
Fine, shalom.
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Still filling y'all out, trying to figure out what y'all talking about.
I mean, I was explaining what the coin that I'm going to release, the FBA coin, the utility coin that's going to be released on March 8th, but we're really just chopping it up. I mean, if you want to know more about that coin, you can click the link in my bio. I have the white paper there. Go on the link in my bio, go down to the link tree, click on that link. The very first thing you're going to see is the FBA coin and the white paper, and read up on it. I just did a version 2. I just updated the version 1, and I explained in version 2 why we needed to upgrade the version 1 of the white paper and make a version 2 of the white paper. So it went from 6 pages to now 11 pages long. And I
Oh yeah, that's what I
explained
wanted
it
to
all.
ask you. Too much. Um, I can't find any link where I can down this PDF. I don't know if it's a PDF you're talking about.
It's a PDF. I didn't send it to you?
I don't think so. I think you only sent me a link let me see.
Yeah,
I
click the
will be
link
back.
and then
I will be
so
back.
here's how
Let me
you got to
check
do it.
it.
You got to click the link because I use something called Gumroad, you guys. So forgive me. So with Gumroad, it's a way for you to sell digital products, but you can give it away for free. So I put in the link to my Gumroad, which has the product on there. All you have to do is type in zero under the dollar amount. Just type in zero and then push I want this, and you can download it for free. It doesn't cost anything to download it, but the way that Gumroad works is you have to put a dollar amount in there or you can't get the product. But the product is actually $0. It's not even a product. It's just a PDF file, and it's a white paper. It's called the white paper. That's what it's
Okay.
called, the FBA coin white paper. And it's really just a roadmap and tells you everything the coin is about and all the stages it's going to go through to be and to become what it's going to become. And it kind of just tells you about the board, and it tells you about the burn rate and the treasury fund, and how it's going to be used to benefit foundational Black Americans. That's pretty much what it's about in a nutshell.
Okay, so I can share that. Okay.
Yeah, anybody can have it. There might be a version 3. That's why we're running it through test right now. It passed 3 check marks. Okay. There's a whole bunch of more tests I got to run it because I don't want to put out a mediocre product. I want to make sure the coin is actually going to be able to be sustainable for forever, even. And I also want to make sure that the contract, every contract works that's attached to this coin. So this is not a meme coin. Anybody can make a meme coin. You want to make a cryptocurrency coin? Go right ahead. It's not difficult. But when you start putting some sophistication on it, some coding, right? That's when it becomes something else. That's when it's more than just a meme. When you start adding contracts to it, executables, that's when you know it's the real deal. And you got to make sure those contracts work. You got to make sure those contracts are perfect. So I'm running it through the test
What
right now.
what kind of
but you see the numbers, right? The more we make sense, the more they bring us down. So I'm gonna head out, but I'm gonna be coming back, and I'm gonna look into that because that's actually one of the things that makes the most sense was for me, and that's why I'm gonna continue to keep pushing forward, no matter how hard it gets. And how I'm gonna be celebrating Black History Year all year long because I just feel like my people are being attacked, and for whatever reason, it just wakes up my spirit within me, and it's like just absolutely not. Tech is where we need. Tech is where we are. Tech is where all of our
We
people
definitely need to dominate in the tech industry, man. We definitely need to take that over, man. And we can. Anything we touch turns to gold, y'all. Anything we put our mind to, anything we put our spirit to, get that in spirit of a thing. Anytime we can put our spirit on it, it's going to prosper.
Let's connect. Let's build a cell.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And keep man, prompt engineering, there's a lot of money in that. $100,000.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of money, but then also I try to stay grounded, and then also our people they're frustrating. Like, why are you here online? Why am I here online?
So tell it before you leave. Tell us the level to entry to get into prompt engineering, what that consists of, and what you're doing with it, and how you're able to make money with it.
Okay, so let me try to summarize this like super quickly. So I am an interdisciplinarian. So when I first started out in life, I joined military. I was an aerospace control and warning system person, tech person. My dad's an air traffic controller. So my family's always been in tech and CS stuff from California, Pittsburgh, and a U.S. Air Force military background. We've always been tech. I didn't want to do air traffic control. I wanted to kind of explore other things or whatever, but I did join the military, and I'm more of a creative. So I just always bounced between being tech and then creative. Got out the military, became a DJ in Hollywood, producer, whatever. And I used to tour with a lot of like people like in the 2000s or whatever. Like Chris Brown and Juicy J and stuff like that, like some extra like 2000s like Hollywood DJ stuff, like chick DJ, modeling stuff, whatever. Went back to tech, got my master's, my mommy, and then I did all these different degrees. Right here I am, master's in education, learning design and technology, and I'm a forecaster though. So the trends, that's my thing, process improvement, AI. So my main major is interdisciplinary studies. You take all the things that I've like experienced, all the degrees that I've had, all the actual real life stuff, the conversations I have with people, and just like, just being a real human being. And you figure out how to remember who you are, and then just like, I don't know, take that and then have a spirit. It doesn't matter what your spirit is, whether you're an epiair, whether you're a Christian, right? Whatever your spirit is, you have to have a spirit. For I think most of the Black Americans, we're all linking up. We're like, no, it's us against you. We're foundational Black Americans. We are the descendants of chattel slavery. Our ancestry apparently comes from everywhere. Maybe we are the originators. Maybe we planted our seeds in your places. All that I know is that we're not going anywhere. And if anything, you know our history, you know our scientists, you even copy our lowest, quote unquote, the low, our entertainers. You imitate the lowest of us. And even in that like mediocrity, we are the most amazing people and most talented people and seasoned people on earth. Like that's just how I feel, and that's going to attach it to this point. I hope that was like, you know,
So do you own your own company? Are you independent contracting yourself out to
yeah,
others?
I'm an independent. Yeah, I'm independent, and I do have investors.
Okay, same with me. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So what you're saying is that all different cultures that you have among you, you're okay with it to bring them all together to be as one.
I care about Black people, number one and foremost. Anyone who's able to assimilate with us, I'm okay with those people.
Okay,
I
cool.
I
Like
agree with
that.
that. Man, listen, I say it all the time. If you don't have the Black consciousness, we probably can't work together. I say it all the time because I don't got time to explain to you what's going on, and bring you to where I'm at. If you don't already have this Black consciousness or been around long enough to understand what's going on, there's no why should I stop what I'm doing and care about what you're doing when I'm busy? I'm busy working over here for my people, for my lineage, trying to bring empowerment and generational wealth to our people. What's going to make me stop and worry about what you're going through?
We are tough people. We are so tough. And I don't think that they get that. You know, it's more palatable from it coming from you too much. When I say it, they're like, F her. They hate that our elite doesn't separate ourselves from what people say are not elite. That is our root. Are you serious? I would never sit here and not be like West Side. Like, are you serious? From Beaumont, Mississippi. My family members are sharecroppers. My freaking family endured the worst of the worst. You just got here. How dare
See,
you come here and tell us how to
here's the
behave?
burden. Here's the burden of foundational Black Americans, right? We have that burden that when we make it, that when we do make it, that we haven't really made it because our people down here haven't made it. See, we don't just, we don't get me wrong, we have Sambos and we got sellouts and we got people that just turn their back and just go off into the sunset. But for the most part, we came from somewhere. We came from the lowest of the low. We came from the mud.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones that pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps. And they always try to use that against us. But there's no silver spoon where we come from, where I come from. You either make it or you don't. A lot of people and from my neighborhood, you're not supposed to live past 21, 22.
Mm.
Just me making it to 44 is a miracle. And I got battle scars, okay? I got shot. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still here. A lot of us come from the hood, come from gang neighborhoods, drug infested neighborhoods, right? Crime ridden neighborhoods. A lot of us went to prison and come out of that. A lot of us came from the hood and went straight to the boardroom. A lot of your entrepreneurs that are millionaires, they have a past and they can tell you about that past because we weren't born into any type of wealth. Very few foundational Black Americans could say they were born into wealth. Most of them, if they were born into wealth, it's because of what their parents put in the past. So they can tell you, hey, my parents is from the west side of Philly. My pops is from South Central, from Watts. He may not be living there now, but when he grew up there, most of us still have that connection. We come from somewhere. We come from something. We know our roots. We know our family. So to turn our back on that is crazy. One thing I respect about foundational Black Americans, the real ones can still walk in their neighborhood and not be shunned by the community. If you're a real one, you can walk in a Black neighborhood and feel safe.
That's why it
If
irritates
you're not a real one,
me to try to be like, oh, I've never gone anywhere where I wasn't freaking comfortable. And also, how dare you downgrade my melanin to being, I keep seeing this trend on TikTok recently. Light-skinned Black people are the new white people. Have you seen that hashtag and the lives that people will dedicate to light-skinned Black people are the new white people?
I don't really engage in colorism because if I look at my mom's side of the family, they're all light skinned. I look at my dad's side of the family, they're all Alabama, dark, copper colored or darker. You know what I'm saying? So I
So
don't
I've
really
been being
engage in
attacked
that.
on that level.
Yeah,
That's so crazy,
for a
right?
long time, I've always identified with darker skinned Black people, but I
I don't
don't
even think about it like that. Personally, if I'm a colorist, I like the darker skin. Like that's my whole family's thing. Is we're like the darker the berry, the sweeter. So I'm like, dang, I can't catch
yeah,
melanin to save my life. So to sit here and someone say you're white when everybody in my family is dark skinned is so freaking offensive to me. Like it's so offensive because I love that melanin. Like that's the weirdest part. And then it's not even a part that like it's not a part of who I am, but we're so freaking some of us are so slow. And it is somewhat a part of maybe the areas that they grew up in, and maybe they just don't really know Black Americans because that's not something that I have a problem explaining to anybody in my family.
yeah, man. I just say this all the time. Listen, if you're comparing Black Americans to the 17% of Black Americans who are doing bad, who are down bad, then you don't really know foundational Black America. If you think we
I have a
all are
question.
ghetto and we're all hood, then you got a problem because we're so multifaceted, we're so deep, we're so extreme. We come from so many extremes that you can't really pinpoint us like that. We're phenomenal. That's all you can really pretty much say. Go ahead, DJ.
Did you draw up that coin?
Yeah.
You drew it?
You mean like hand
You
drew it?
designed it?
I designed it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it looks nice.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm a prompt engineer. I mess around. I've been messing around with AI since it came out. Since it came out, I've done perfected. I can make this thing do what I need it to do. I know a little bit of coding, but my prompt engineering skills is really what puts me over the top. You know, I can build a computer. I've been in tech for a long time. I really come from a financial background. I was a financial advisor for like 13 years.
You
But
know, that's so crazy because I feel like we're all kind of like linking up. So a lot of my friends were cybersecurity analysts, and I'm the AI prompt engineer in our like circle.
yeah,
Um,
prompt engineer is awesome. I love it, man. AI is man. I love AI, man. The
I
good and
do
the bad. I
too.
love it. I
And
love it.
but you know
It's
what?
a new way of expressing yourself and getting out. Because I have, I write music. I've been writing music since I was 13 years old. I write country music. I write pop. I write hip hop. I
So
write rap.
okay, so that's the crazy part about the
I do it all.
intersection that we have, right? So you know what, you have the favor of melanin and you being a man. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh, here we
Uh,
go. Here we
you have
go.
melanin and you're a man, so people are just like, it kind of hurt my feelings, but
Here
whatever.
we go.
But I'm like AI guys, you gotta like if you're creative. and we're creative. Like, so you don't even have to like think, am I a creative Black person? Whatever you're into, start learning it and get off of these low vibrational topics and attach these type of things. Like, let's say, say you're not 100% into the FBA coin, right? Say, hey, well, I gotta put like $2 a month into it. Why not do that? That is literally how we have to think about these things going forward. Because if you're not spending money and investing, you are not really doing anything that's forward moving as a community. That's why we're failing. It doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be something that you just feel like giving. And I had to like switch that mindset around to being privileged. It's like, well, why am I going to care about somebody who doesn't care about themselves? You know, especially in our community, within our family members, you know, being someone who's from a family that like made it out the hood and they're more successful, and it's like, well, you left us behind or whatever, but it's like your mindset though. And for me personally, I was just like, it just resonated with me. I'm like, I don't want to leave anyone behind. I'm not going to be taken down either. But if you really, really want people to be leaders, you really want aunties, you really, like I said before, grandies and whatever you have like in your life, sisters, peers, you have to like really take into account that if you're just receiving stuff, if you're just a beneficiary, you're not living, and you were literally a freaking slave. You're a slave. You
Yeah,
have
my
to
thing,
invest
my
or
thing,
produce something.
yeah, my thing is this. Listen, I don't have a problem with people making money and moving to a better place, but keep it in a Black community. We need each other. We need to stay together. I get it. You know, YT people, they got nice neighborhoods over there. They mow their lawn, they keep their stuff up. But Baldwin Hills, Atlanta, a couple other places, where you Bankhead, where you see Black people thriving. You need to be around that. You need to be you need to move out of the hood, but still be close enough to the hood to where people can see you and they
Hmm.
can aspire to be like you. That's that's what I'm about. I want to be around my people. I want my people to know, hey man, we nobody got us like we got us.
That's literally why I moved to Houston, Texas, from LA. My family's from Fort Worth, but I was like, I want to get closer to my roots, but I want to go somewhere that feels like Cali and still be close, but not actually in Houston. So
Yeah,
I'm out on the
I
outskirts of
like Houston.
Houston.
I like Houston. I got
Yeah,
family in
that
Houston. I like
resonated
Houston.
with me,
I like
and there's a
Houston.
lot of people in my neighborhood are actually from Cali.
Hmm.
Um,
A lot of
a lot
people
of
out
people
there
are
got
doing
those
this
nice
mass
houses out
exodus
there.
from Cali to here.
$300,000 houses that look like our five, six, 700,000 houses. Yeah,
Heck yeah.
with
And then
more
all
land.
the tech industry is here now.
Hmm. Because California is ridiculous, man. Look at what happened with the fires. Look. If Trump didn't go in there and slap up Karen Bass a little bit on TV, those people wouldn't be back in their homes right now. They'd be waiting 18 months.
Yeah.
Karen Bass, the mayor. She needs to resign.
Karen Best. I think I know her. Let me see.
Needs to resign. She needs to sit her tired ass down. Her old
Yeah,
tired ass
they
down.
keep trying to like because you know what, they feel like we're the rich kids in Cali. But at the
Oh,
end of the day, Altadena is right next to Palisades, and that's we
well,
work
not
hard for
right
that
next to it.
too.
Right, not right next to it, but it's
Not right
close.
next to it, but when
Yeah,
we're
not right
talking
next to
about
it, but when you talk
area
about
with Cali,
Altadena is a prominent black, uh,
yeah,
well-to-do black town.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? There's another area that I feel sad. I feel more sad for Altadena than I do than I feel for the Palisades
yeah.
because we lost some history right there. some history was burnt down for black people in Altadena.
Mm.
When I say right next to it, like I have family from Northern and Southern California.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, all those Malibu beachfront properties that used to be Black American territory. That used to be us. We used to own that. Matter of fact, there was a lawsuit that recently happened where eminent domain this black people's place and took it over, and the ancestors took them to court and won it back, and then sold it back to them again,
Ah.
which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they
and
do that a
those kind
lot
of
to
things,
us in
those kind of
Cali.
things, the coin should be able to solve in the future. That
Yeah.
it doesn't go out to other
People,
cultures. That the
yeah.
culture stay in the culture. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so what the coin is designed to where the money stays in black neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's the real design of the coin. Is even if a YT person owns it, the moment he gives it to somebody else, he sells it. That
I
money
think it's worth.
cycles
I think that
back
it's
into the black community.
yeah. It's absolutely. We have to tie it to things that also that we can create. So it could be like someone's soap. It could be someone's like food. It could be someone's like actual like what. It's a barter system actually, but then it's a barter system only within the people you want to barter with.
Well, it's gonna work just like Bitcoin. It's gonna
Yeah.
go up in value. You know, I'm gonna release it at 1 penny. And then I'm gonna probably do a pre-launch that's gonna be less than even 1 penny, a fraction of a penny, because I want to give people a chance to really pour into this coin and make the money. Because the more people opt into this coin, the more valuable the coin is gonna become. Just imagine if when that coin goes from 1 penny to $1, and you own 100,000 shares, or you own 1 million shares. Just $1. From 1 penny to $1, your life can be changed in a blink of an eye. And that's what I'm going for. And then when people sell those coins back, right, and get their little bit of money, they just build up the treasury. Now we got true ammunition to refund and rebuild and replenish our community. That's the designation. That's what makes this coin unique. That's what makes it awesome. That's why there's no coin. Y'all do your research. There's no coin like this, and it's amazing. It's just amazing. I'm very proud of this, and I'm very confident in this thing. I'm very confident in it. Yeah, you take care, Jasmine.
I like
Take
it.
care, Jasmine.
So I'm going to read your white paper to study it. I would like to learn more about
Listen,
how this works.
is something that Suriname can do. This is something that the Caribbeans can do. This is something that Africa can do. I'm not doing any. If anything, I'm just laying down the blueprint of what a coin should do and what it can see. I'm stretching the boundaries of what cryptocurrency, of what it's really supposed to be used for. Because cryptocurrency is nothing more than a contract. That's all cryptocurrency. It's a bunch of contracts, and when you fulfill that contract, you get a reward in the form of a token or a coin. DJ, you done went to sleep on us, girl. Beat you up. But that's all it is. And this is something that can benefit anybody to me. So let's say I want to support people in Suriname. The best way I could support somebody in Suriname is if y'all got a digital currency that actually pours back into your community and rebuilds your community, is to invest in that. That can show my allyship. That can show my kinship. That can show my love and devotion to Suriname. Because
We're gonna get there, man. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get there. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, man. When I get done with this, I'll help y'all make it. It's not a problem, because it's not anything that, I'm for my people. I'm for the copper colored people of the world. I'm for my FBA first, but I'm
Of
part of the
course.
melanated family.
Mm-hmm.
This is us. This is our time. This is not their time. This is our time.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
if we want to get
fundament is
biblical,
FBA.
if we want to get
That's important
biblical, I'm
because
a Hebrew Israelite as well.
yeah.
I'm for my people. I'm for my lineage. I'm for the empowerment of us and anybody who's riding with us. Anybody who has that black consciousness, I rock with you. I'm for
Hell
you.
yeah.
I'm for you. Let's go. Let's suit up. Let's put our armor on. Let's put our high level thinking caps on, and let's play this game of chess, and let's play it to win.
One of your brothers said once, and I like what he said. I'm not going to call his name because I respect this brother. He said it's soldier time.
Okay. Yeah, it's not time to be a civilian. I'll tell you that. You ever heard the term casualties of war, of WAR? That's a civilian. A civilian is a casualty of WAR.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a casualty of anything. I don't want to be, if anything, if I'm going out, give me a glorious unaliving. I don't want to go out weak. I'm
Yeah.
not afraid. I'm not afraid of to be unalive.
I got
probably the
my
biggest
scars
advantage I got
also.
in life. I'm not afraid of being unalive because whatever happens to me, I'm good. I'm gonna be with the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna fight the good fight, and I'm gonna give you everything I got before I leave out of here.
Yeah.
Everything. If you really want this spirit, you're gonna have to take it. You have to take it.
That's not possible.
You have to take it. Because I'm gonna give you everything I got. I'm gonna give you everything. Not half. I'm giving you all 100 and maybe 50% more, 150% of me. And you're gonna have to contend with that. And I'm smart. I don't play to lose. I got chess moves that you don't even know about. You know? So let's do it. Let's have my thing is this. If it's not that the YT man is so brilliant and so smart, it's just the YT man has his superpower is fear. Our kryptonite is arrogance. Some things we should fear. Some things we can learn from the YT man because when you're fearful, you cover everything. You guard the front, the back, and the windows. That's what the YT men do because they're so fearful. They make sure that they never be put in a position to where they become overpowered. The moment they get 1 inch of fear, they respond with ferociousness. They respond with, you know what? You sneeze, I'm pew-pewing your head off. Because they're fearful. And that's why they're still here. That's why they've been around for so long. We as Black Americans, we're we can be overly confident. We can be, we think, a lot of us are so smart and so intelligent that we don't even study. We're just walking around doing what we do. When you know you're not good enough, right? You study harder. And that's one of our that's our kryptonite. Mm-hmm. But we're waking up, we're realizing, hey man, whatever we touch turns to gold. Whatever industry they let us in, we dominate. And don't let us take it seriously. See, we've been doing good, not even going on 100%.
Yeah. That's nice how you say that. Yeah. I like that.
We're doing fine, and we're not even giving you all 100% of us. Now, when you see people playing at the top level, like Michael Jordan, like Michael Jackson, right? Like James Brown, when you see people really playing the game to win, look how great they are. Look how phenomenal they are. When you look at some of our people who are mediocre and they still outperform those who are supposedly highly intelligent and skilled. So we're waking up and we're realizing, listen, the way I was raised by my dad was I can't do anything mediocre. Everything I do must be great, must be amazing. I have to work 10 times harder than everybody else. And that's exactly how I'm going to raise my kids, because I don't want them to fall into the trap of them thinking that they're too good, they don't have to work hard. I don't want them to ever fall into the trap. And I'm not going to raise my kids to be, I'm going to raise my kids to be confident, but I'm not going to raise them necessarily to be as unafraid. I'm going to raise them to have a healthy dose of fear, because that fear, that healthy dose of fear causes you to keep your head on a swivel. Especially around YT. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Especially around people who are not from your lineage. You got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to pay attention. You got to know what's going on, because people are, when you're good, everybody wants what you got. And a lot of times we fall into the trap of dumbing ourselves down so we could fit in.
Mm-hmm. Same happened to us over here also. What I wanted to say is this, that I like your spirit, FBA USA. And the reason why I like your spirit is that I have been influenced by it as a kid, looking at my parents, my grandparents, my uncles, aunties, listening to soul music, R&B music back in the 70s. And that influence is still in me. And because of that, I always, it's part of my culture also, your culture. I have my own culture, but you influenced the world back in those days. You can't imagine how, and you're the only one, because I see you as my family, because I'm from South America and we have almost a similar history, only yours is worse, what they have done to you and what they are doing to you. And the thing I like about your culture is you are real fighters. You don't play. You made it possible to get other cultures into your country who show you disrespect. And now our crybabies trying to ask you to join them while they know what they have done.
Man, you see
And
you see the videos going around on TikTok. Help
I've
us,
seen
Black
it live.
Americans. Why won't you help us?
I've
Help
been
us.
in the lives, man. I have heard them crying,
Oh my
begging.
God. Jesus. Like, no, it's time for you to help yourself. It's time for
Yeah.
you to hold your own nuts. We're tired of helping everybody. And then when it comes to us, there's nobody around. But
And the
we're going to make
positive,
them feel our absence for a while. We're going to make them feel our delineation.
well, the thing is that um, you don't need to put your energy into that, and you're not doing it also because you're focused on yourself. I was listening to one of your sisters, and she said that we fought our battle. Right now, we are going to build. We
Come
are
on.
not going to interfere into others their problems, because we are focusing on ourselves, because we're a nation we're a nation in a nation,
That's correct.
and this nation has to build itself. And we see your problems, we don't deny it, but we have to focus on our own problems, because we have problems too.
That's right.
In the past, we have tried to warn you. You didn't want to listen. You even went racist against us.
Come on.
And yeah, we can't help you anymore, because we gave you all of the information that you needed. And now you see what you have done in the past is now happening to you right now. So the focus is on ourselves, built ourselves up. And when we have built ourselves up, maybe we can look at your problems. But the focus
Yeah,
is on ourselves.
it's not a forever thing, man. It's like, listen, we want to work with the diaspora one day, but that one day ain't today. We really do. We want to work with other people, and it's not that we're not doing any business over there in Africa or anywhere else in the world. You know, we're gonna do business as it benefits us and as it's a mutual thing. We're gonna make it happen. But for the
Mhm.
most part, we're staying out of beefs and quarrels that don't belong to us. We're staying like, this birthright citizenship, that doesn't affect foundational Black Americans. So get it off the board. That was for the children of slaves.
Yeah.
That's who that was for. That wasn't for anchor babies. So we're staying away from that. We're not fighting that battle. This whole deportation thing, listen, we're tired of you coming over here playing in our backyard anyway. Taking our resources and then laughing about it and thinking it's all a joke and it's all funny. It's
Being
like,
racist about it also.
yeah, it's like that cartoon. You got the little scrappy dog and you got the little big dog, and the little scrappy dog just acting like it's all ferocious, trying to poke us, and then all we gotta do is shut up and just. Psh. That's all we gotta do, because it's like it's child's play to us. It's like your children. We're serious, and you're trolling. That's why I don't like trolls, because trolls they thrive off of getting you emotional, and I don't do emotions.
I'm done with that. That's child's play. You have to show them that they are very emotional, that they are acting like little babies. You know what I mean? So
like you're a
I
little
don't how do you say that?
Decades.
It doesn't offend me.
I like what Cousin says. You're decades behind us.
Let them stay there. Let them stay there, because they belong there.
That's where they belong, man. I mean, listen, if you got to resort to trolling in order to believe in your mind that you won, you lost.
Mm-hmm.
You lost.
They don't even know. They don't even know.
Yeah, man. I say it over and over again. I love being a foundational Black American because I don't have to lie. All I gotta do is stand on business. I don't gotta add nothing to. I don't gotta take nothing from. All I gotta do is stand
And be yourself.
and be me. Because apparently everybody wants to be me anyway. So I might as well be happy being me.
I still don't understand, where is that hate coming from? What's wrong with these people? Why are they always into your business? Why do they want to convert you into them? What's wrong with these people?
Because they can't figure out how we're so resilient. They can't figure out how we're able to do the things we do. They have to give credit to in order to make themselves look good, right? Because if we can do it, then they're faced with that well, if they can do it, I should be able to do it too. So they have to take credit for what we do and say, well, it must have came from me because you're part of me. And then if that don't work, they got to say, well, the white man must have helped you. It's because you were born in America. It's because that's the only reason why you're who you are. Because you were born in America and the white man built all this infrastructure and they did this and they made it easy for you. And that's not true. Everything foundational Black Americans got, we had to fight and stand on business. There was many people were raped. Many people were abused. Many people were thrown into prison. Many people were beaten and hung and just unalive. I mean, we were tortured. You understand what I'm saying? We had to fight for everything we got. And just because you over there in your homeland, you didn't want to do that, and your ancestors didn't want to do that, don't get mad that our ancestors did and keep doing it, and it's documented. We can't listen. It would be a movie if it wasn't documented, but because it's documented, it's like, damn, they really did that. Yeah, we really did that. My ancestors really went through that and really came out on the other end. We really went from $0 to $2.5 million in the bank.
One question, too much. 54 million of you, 54.
Okay.
2.5 million are millionaires.
Mhm.
That's what I've heard. That's
Yeah.
true, huh?
That's true.
Okay,
2.5 million of us are millionaires.
Then I look at the old. I love looking at those old videos about your ancestors making music in the streets with self-made instruments,
Yeah.
dancing in the streets. That's beautiful, man. I love it.
So what happened was
But from out of
after
that,
Reconstruction, after the Civil War and Reconstruction, a lot of the instruments were left behind. They just left them. And we down in, and our people down in Louisiana and those places like that picked them up and taught themselves. That's why our music is different from everybody else's music, because we didn't have no music sheets. All we had was our God-given rhythm and blues. That's all we had. And our ingenuity to sit there and figure something out without having a teacher. We picked up those instruments and we made it sound better than the people that played them. We figured it out on our own and made a whole genre of music. We made country music by working on the railroads. Country and blues was made by working on the railroads. That's how we came up with country music. Country music is actually to the sound of a railroad. A lot of people don't know that.
to the sound of
Sound of the
making of the railroad.
Sound of the railroad. That's where you get blues from too. We would sing to take our mind away from the pain and the hard labor.
400 years, man.
Man. Do you know we got over, listen, I just looked up, we got over 6,000 Negro spirituals that foundational Black Americans would sing without instruments. 6,000 of them. We only know a few. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Kumbaya, My Lord. But we got 6,000 songs that we made and used to sing while working on these plantations and building up these railroads. 6,000 Negro spiritual songs.
Now you're special people.
Who
To
does
me, you're
that?
special people.
Who does that?
Yeah.
We're credited with the knitting of the flag. I mean, everything in this country that was invented or built, we took it upon ourselves to either build it from scratch or perfect upon it and make it actually usable. The light bulb was no good. Electricity was no good without a sustainable light. We created that little thing that was like this big that keeps that light on for a long time. And really, we could keep it on forever. It's just that they don't want us to make a light that lasts forever, because then you won't come back and buy another one.
There's a light in your country that's still burning since the 30s.
Yeah,
Is that the same
that's the one.
thing that your
Yeah.
brother invented?
Yeah,
Is it his production?
yeah. We did that. And all light bulbs can last forever if we wanted it to. See, if we was in charge, we wouldn't make anything mediocre. If we was in charge. If we was in charge, we would make it right the first time. And we won't, we won't fall into this thing where, we got to get, see, one thing the white man is good at is co-opting and making money off of what we invent. They're good at co-opting, taking it over, or controlling the money and how that works. And what their genius is, if you want to call it that, was, we can't make it perfect. We must make it imperfect. Because we need the economy of the people to turn it from producers into consumers. We need more consumers and we need less producers. That's the ingenious of the YT people. They said we can't make a perfect product. We have to make it in a way where they keep coming back.
Yeah. Enslave them. Make them addicts.
If we get a chance to run everything, nobody's going to be depending on money like that. Because you're going to have something that lasts 100 years, 200 years. And you're going to be fine with that.
What do you think the Chinese are doing? One thing before we go to that. They have an AI, I think.
DeepSeek?
DeepSeek, yeah. It's 10 times cheaper, maybe 100 times cheaper than what those NVIDIA, Microsoft.
And it's just as comparable and maybe slightly a bit better in certain areas than
but it's just software, I think. Because you have a company here in Nederland called ASML. That's the company that makes those machines that makes those microchips for processors or anything. That's a company here in Nederland, and they are the only one. They are the ones that sell it to all the companies who are making tech at this moment. If you know what I mean. Have you ever heard about ASML?
No, but I'm going to look it up.
Okay, ASML. The Chinese tried to buy it, but then your government came in and said you can't sell it because this technology is a strategic technology, plus it's for the security of our nations. The Chinese can't have this company because they don't have the tech that you are developing.
Okay.
But I find it weird that the Chinese now have an AI. I don't know exactly what AI is, but the AI is a self-thinking system, something like that. But their AI looks, what they say, better than yours in the United States, if I'm saying it right. So it's not about the hardware anymore, but it's more the software. That is.
I can agree. See, there's a reason. We have to be careful because AI, we're moving to AGI very quickly, and there's always a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme somewhere that says you need all this amount of energy in order to do this little bit of work. I think what DeepSeek has done is making us become more competitive and not become so arrogant and just rely on energy. When we saw that China was able to do it, supposedly, we don't have the proof yet. We just know what they told us, that they trained this model off of $6 million versus our $300 billion that we trained ours off of, which is ridiculous, right? So, AGI is the next level, and then after AGI is super intelligence. That's where there's nothing we can't think or fathom that we are going to have. And how can you have a currency ran economy when you have super intelligence? Think about that. There's not going to be any need for currency once we have super intelligence.
But the development of this AI is going very fast. So that means we're very soon at super intelligence.
We'll be at AGI either this year, next year, or the year after that. And super
This year,
intelligence, I think, is something that whatever government gets to it first is gonna hide for. It's gonna hide, and they're gonna try to use super intelligence first to try to control and enslave everybody. I think that's what's coming. I really think that's what's coming. I think we're coming. You know, there's some self-fulfilling prophecy in watching the movie The Matrix and Terminator. There's some self-fulfilling prophecy in that. I don't think like my mindset about making it to Mars. Will we be on Mars, or will a clone of us be on Mars?
I
That's
think the clone
probably
will be on
that's what's
Mars.
going to be on Mars. Is the clone a clone version, an a biometric AI slash machine version of us with a supposed consciousness will be on Mars, because that's the only thing that's going to be able to withstand that radiation,
Yeah.
right? So we're moving to a we're trying to what's the word? We're trying to transmutate out of human into a consciousness, and then we're trying to download and transfer that consciousness into a avatar.
hmm
And that's what we're going to see on Mars before we won't get there, not in this form, but whatever the elites or whatever they're trying to do transmutate into, that is how they're going to get there.
I
But
don't
super
think that
intelligence is here.
I don't
It's
think
coming.
that that's possible. That they can download the spirit into and then upload it into some kind of thing that they created
Yeah,
themselves.
it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same, but it's going to be like I said, like if we want to call it an antichrist, if we wanted to call some of the antichrist, it would be anti us, but it would be like us,
Yeah.
and that would be probably the most acceptable thing that we could have to the real thing. If it's almost like a video game, if they could put you in a chamber and put your consciousness in this robot, and you keep you alive in this chamber, but your consciousness is operating this over here, and it's connected, so your mind doesn't know the difference, that it's not you. It believes it's that's you. That's the closest I think we're gonna get. There was a movie with Bruce Willis. I forgot what it's called. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It's a movie with Bruce Willis where I think it's called Surrogate. I think it's called Surrogate. I think that's what it's called, Surrogate, where these people, they build these robots and they move around. They stay in these little chambers or these little machines, and their consciousness is transferred into their robot, and they move around as their robot.
hmm
And they're perfect and they're young, but when you see them in person, they're old, skinny, decrepit,
I think I saw
malnutrition.
that movie. Yeah, it's long. It's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, these movies are like kind of like self-fulfilling prophecies in itself, man. Like,
Okay. Then AI. That one from the United States and that one from China. What effect could it have on positive and negative effect could it have on the coin itself?
what positive or negative effect could AI have on
What's
the
the
coin?
relationship in the future with cryptocurrency?
I would say cryptocurrency is the currency, and I would say
Because
that
you said
they're gonna.
super intelligence is going to make it impossible to have currency itself.
I mean, they're gonna have a currency. I mean, I'll say it like this: with if once you have true super intelligence, you won't need money, because super intelligence is gonna figure out a way for everybody to. You see what I'm saying? Everybody to have a living wage of some sort.
Yeah, but you said it was within 1 year. I have also seen the information, but
I
I
was
can't
talking more
imagine
of
it.
AGI. AGI will probably be here in 1 year, but super intelligence is not too far along because once you get to AGI, now you have the possibility and the capability of getting to super intelligence. It's
What's AGI?
AI to AGI. Let me see. Let me just Google the acronym for it because I don't remember the acronym offhand. But AGI is pretty close to super intelligence. I mean,
Yeah,
hold on.
because I was looking at some information and they said at this moment, within 3 months, that was a month ago, the
Artificial general intelligence. So it's almost so like you have a baby in its infant stage, and then it grows up. Super intelligence will be the super genius human. Would be like an Elon Musk version. But if you think Elon Musk is smart, super intelligent is going to be like God. So AGI would be like Elon Musk, and then super intelligence will be like God. That's probably the best way. AI is like humans. AGI is like a genius that's a human. And then super intelligence is like God.
and super intelligence within what time
Well,
would it be possible?
they say, I would say probably if realistically in the next 10, 15, 20 years, realistically, maybe before that, I would say AGI is coming within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. AGI is coming.
The
I would say
basic,
that.
okay.
So we really got to play some chess out here, man. We really got to start playing the game because